Tropical Cyclone Wallace continues to move over open waters well to the north of the Pilbara case and is not expected to impact the WA case over the next few days. Welcome to the latest on Tropical Cyclone Wallace from the Force 13. There were no areas attracting warnings. Here's the latest from the Tropical Cyclone Warning Centre, Perth. Wallace Category 2, sustained winds in the centre of 100 kilometres an hour with wind gusts to 140 kilometres an hour, located within 55 kilometres of 14.5 degrees south, 117.3 degrees east, 660 kilometres north-northwest of Port Hedland and 700 kilometres north of Karratha. Movement is southwest at 17 kilometres an hour, and it's a Cat 1 on the Safford-Simpson hurricane scale. The Typhoon Warning Centre has the cyclone located near 13.7 degrees south, 117.8 degrees east. Maximum sustained winds around 50 knots and gusting at 65 knots. And the centre has it located around 557 nautical miles north-northeast of Learmonth, tracking west-southwest at 11 knots over the last 6 hours. Animated enhanced infrared satellite imagery indicates a large area of central dense overcast persisting over a low-level circulation centre. A 37 GHz image depicts improved shadow banding, wrapping tightly into a defined low reflectivity, low-level circulation with deep convection displaced west of the centre due to moderate 15 to 20 knots east-northeasterly vertical wind shear. Overall, there is fair confidence in the current position, which is based on extrapolating the low-level circulation centre in the mentioned microwave image. As the low-level circulation is still obscured by cirrus clouds in the infrared imagery, current intensity remains assessed at 50 knots based on an average of VORAC current intensity estimates ranging from T3 to 3.5, 45 to 55 knots. Upper level conditions have improved slightly with decreasing vertical wind shear, robust poleward outflow, in addition to warm sea surface temperatures 30-31 degrees Celsius. The cyclone is forecast to track west-southwest over the next 36 hours along the northwestern periphery of a deep layered subtropical ridge positioned over Western Australia. After 36 hours, the cyclone should turn more westward and slow within a weak steering environment associated with a mid-latitude shortwave trough passing to the south. Another floater on the tropical cyclone. Here's a brief look at some tracks. The Bureau of Meteorology via their Tropical Cyclone Warning Centre in Perth is indicating that the cyclone should dissipate later this week. However, intensity is increasing. It's around 982 millibars at this point in time. And now we have a look at the ECMWF. the GFS. The GFS, this is for Australia's eastern, southwestern Pacific region. The icon modelled Australia's continent, and they're actually picking up on a second system. The Bureau of Meteorology has tropical low IVES at 98S up there in the AWST Sea. And the Bureau of Meteorology has it around 1006 millibars at this point in time. Now we have a look at the upper level divergence. It's around 40 knots where Wallace is currently located. But again, it's the wind shear. And the wind shear's red, unfavourable. The 24-hour shear tendency. And the environment is improving. The Bureau is indicating a category 3 in a day or two's time. The 850 millibar vorticity, the vorticity has strengthened, and you can see IVES 98S. Now we have a look at the latest 12 hourly and 24 hourly rainfall outlook from the Bureau of Meteorology. And the picture continues to change. There's not as much pink, if any, compared to 3 days ago. And we know that the monsoon trough is to track slightly north. The Bureau of Meteorology here in Queensland has cancelled the flood watch for parts of the Cape York region. Now we have a look at the GFS wind probability model outlook. Each of these images are 3 hourly, starting off from 1 PM through to the same period Tuesday. Information's at the bottom of the screen. Now we have a look at the storm probability. And looks like we might see a bit of activity around the Sydney region and to its south, but most of it's going to be offshore. However, different picture up there in the Northern Territory, Northwest WA. The instability. Precipitation, the information's at the bottom of the screen. And this one also includes the pressure. The pressure readings are in the black box with the right text. Now we have a look briefly at the tropical low, Invest 98S, and a couple of tracks. We will continue to bring the latest information on both Wallace and the tropical low. In our next update, we'll bring the latest from the Bureau of Meteorology via their tropical outlook, or I should say tropical cyclone 3-day outlook. And finally, the NOAA floaters. Not much to talk about Invest 98S at this point in time. And sea surface temperatures around 28 to 29 degrees Celsius, and further west it's 30.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, our YouTube page youtube.com/Force13, on Facebook under the same name Force13, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 if you wish to get in touch. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.